Hey yo, and welcome to my NXT review. NXT, folks, is starting to look like a crossover show at this point, but NXT, what do we got going on tonight with NXT, huh? We kick it off with MizTV, which the Miz is now on NXT now, to basically talk about the new NXT champion, Dolph Ziggler. I'm like, man, everybody from Raw is jumping onto this show now, I see. As Miz, basically, he still promoted his match at WrestleMania with Logan Paul and stuff. Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode came out, and, Ziggler says, it just feels right. He's a champion and stuff. They talked about Braun Breaker. He's talking about just, rookie. He kept calling him kid. And I guess Breaker was looking for Ziggler earlier in the day, and that's why they ended up sending him home then, since he kept trying to, tear the place apart. But Dolph Ziggler said, he's a fighting champion, and before he could say anything else, LA Knight came out then, which, LA Knight says, let me talk to you. Basically went on to say, LA Knight went on and say, hey, let me talk to you. Yeah, dummy. And he talked about Ziggler, hey, you're the new NXT champion, okay? And, if Breaker can't make it here tonight, I want a shot at that title. You're a fighting champion, okay? But Ziggler said he is a fighting champion, but I only fight superstars, okay? You're just going to have to wait, kid, which I don't know why Ziggler calls LA Knight kid. I'm like, he's not a kid. This guy is like, what, 39 years old, if I'm not mistaken? So I don't know. I don't get why people keep calling everybody, hey, kid, Ciampa, kid. I'm like, dude, he's like, how is he a kid? But I'm like, okay. But, he told LA Knight you're going to have to wait, and maybe you'll get your big deal someday, but you're not just a superstar, okay? But Knight says, yeah, you're right, I'm not a superstar. I'm a megastar. And tonight, this is my show that you're on, okay? And I want that title shot tonight. And, if you can, this think this is your show, then show me, okay? Ziggler says, he wrestles main eventers and stuff. And, maybe the main event, I'll find you there and whatnot. But Miz says, all right, main event tonight, Ziggler and, LA Knight for the NXT title. So, not a bad promo, I will say that. I think it's, like I said, we got all these people now showing up on NXT, which, we're really making these crossovers with the main roster. Like, we already know Ziggler's the champion, which I'm sure people still trying to figure their head around that. And now Miz is on here, but hey, that's not the only surprises we got going on this show tonight. Went to Cora Jade then, saying that Raquel Gonzalez will be out for the next 4 to 6 weeks, and she had all the titles with her. So, I guess she ended up stealing them all in that Toxic Attraction. I guess they're going to be pissed off then. I guess they're going to have to come look for the belts after that. Cameron Grimes went against Santos Escobar in a qualifying match for the North American Championship ladder match. Mello and Trick were on commentary. Pretty good this time. But this was a good match. I kind of thought Grimes was going to win. He was going to go for the cave-in. But Escobar countered and put him into the Thrill of the Hunt. His big... his finisher, that's why you usually know from Lucha Underground was called. But, I'm sorry, Phantom Driver and whatnot, too. I almost forget it's like two different names. But, Santos Escobar got the win. Good match, though. I did enjoy it. So, Escobar moves on into the tournament. Not tournament, but into the ladder match. Io Shirai and Kaylee Ray talked about the Dusty Finals and saying that they're coming after Toxic Attraction. Wendy Choo and Dakota Kai were basically talking in the back, I guess, for next week's match. But Toxic Attraction was looking for the titles. And, listen, man, we took out Raquel for you. How about a thank you? But Dakota Kai, I didn't need your help, okay? But, Manny says, listen, we're going to go look for our belts right now. I guess, hey, let's split up and look, which is a bad idea to always split up and look. That's just the dumbest plan. I always think of, like, hey, if we split up, maybe we can find her. Yeah, split up so they can pick you off one by one. And even Wendy Choo said, they're hot, but they're very weird, too, at the same time. Kushida went against A-Kid, who's already in the ring. This is A-Kid's debut match, I guess, on the regular NXT. This wasn't a bad match. Pretty good. I did enjoy it. It was okay, but it was kind of short at the same time. I thought the springboard DDT looked a little off in a way. But A-Kid, of course, got the win. Kushida, sometimes I don't even know what to say about Kushida now at this point, especially being on, where NXT is right now. That, like I said, come on, his spot in the card just went down drastically. So I don't even know what to say about Kushida right now. Like, damn near a gatekeeper. Legado del Fantasma was in the back talking about, Santos going to the ladder match. Next thing you know, Rey Mysterio is now here. And Dominick, which they were all excited to see Rey. They looked up to Rey. All the Legado shook hands with him. And Dominic, say he's the best luchador. He said the best luchador around his Raid, and Ray says, Dominic is the next generation, but they all kind of laughed at him. But Dominic said, hey, y'all want to do it? Just step up. Y'all want to fight? Mendoza basically, all right, I'll accept your challenge. So yeah, more crossovers, folks. Rey Mysterio and Dominic, like this random as hell. This is showing up now. So Ray was supposed to go against Tiffany Stratton, but since Saray cannot transform from her schoolgirl outfit to her regular gear, that's how Stratton won. This looked really silly. I don't know, man. This just looked very silly. Okay, it just looks silly. Like, okay, I beat the what the fuck, the schoolgirl. I didn't beat her by her full transformation. Makes no sense. JC Jane was the first one to get picked off by Cora Jade. I guess being locked in a trap door since she had the title. So her tag belt. So that's 1 down, 2 to go. Tommaso Ciampa came out to cut a promo about gratitude. And people wonder what's going to happen with Ciampa. This is my life. I've been here in NXT. I've been doing this for 17 years. And he found a place where, people believed in him. And he's always been able to be that guy. And, being in NXT, which is probably to be the biggest company in the world. And he's done a lot of things in NXT for the past 7 years. And, he talked about from being in DIY to the Glorious Bomb, with Gargano, for the old Bobby Roode theme song, tag team champion, Blackheart, greatest NXT champion of all time. Everything he's done is in 7 years and whatnot. But, he's always had the crowd behind him. Whether they cheered him, booed him, even all the boos he had back at TakeOver New Orleans was one thing. And it's been, he was supposed to win the belt back at, TakeOver New York. But it's how, the surgeries, ups and downs, setbacks, NXT, Black and Gold to 2.0. And, didn't want to leave, which the crowd didn't want him to leave. But, what else could he really do? And, he didn't know what would happen if the end would come for him and what would be his fairy tale ending in NXT. But, the perfect, fairy tale ending would be him going to Stand and Deliver as champion and stuff. But that opportunity is gone. And, he talked about that before of going into Mania weekend, like I said, with the whole New York thing and stuff. But, he wanted to thank everybody in the crowd and stuff until Tony D'Angelo just showed up with a crowbar, say he was going to hit him from behind, but he had a lot of respect for him. And, you've been the guy in NXT, okay? You had. But it'll be an honor to wrestle you at Stand and Deliver, which they shook hands, and, he ended up nut shot, well, kneeing him in the gut, I guess. D'Angelo did the Ciampa and giving him, like, a kiss of death and saying, like, I will become the new Don of NXT. In a way, this match does feel random, but I guess this is going to be Ciampa's final run in NXT, and I guess that's going to be his last opponent in NXT, which is Tony D'Angelo, which, the guy's not a bad wrestler like this. It's the gimmick, but, do I really need this to be Ciampa's final match and stuff in NXT? I don't know, but obviously he's getting the whole send-off in one thing, so I guess he's going to be on the main roster very soon. I hope he doesn't get changed to a name like Butch, what they're doing with NXT, with him on the main roster. But there was always going to become a time when Ciampa was going to be going to the main roster. But then again, they have already been weeding out all these Black and Gold guys. So I guess his time is almost done in NXT. And I don't really know what's going to happen with him on the main roster when that happens. I'm sure nobody will, but one would say hope for the best, but I'm sure people are already waiting for it to fail in a way. But there was always probably going to become a time when he had to leave NXT, though. Indy Hartwell went against Persia Pirotta. Indy Hartwell won due to Dexter Lumis showing up from under the ring. And then for some reason, I guess Indy and Pirotta almost like trying to have a make-out session with both their guys, Duke Hudson and Dexter, which, they start making out and even, taking off their shirts and putting them to the ground. Basically, just damn near like a fucking orgy out here. That's what it was about to look like. A fucking orgy. Okay? So, that tells you something. If it's going to look like that. So, yeah, we're having orgies on NXT now, folks. Damn near. Gigi Dolan ended up being trapped into a dumpster by Cora Jade putting a forklift over her. Dominic went against Raul Mendoza. Match was okay. I know, what was the girl's name? Fallon, the one that hangs with Briggs and Jensen. Take out Elektra. Ended up with Dominic in a 619 for the win with the frog splash. You know, I'll say this about Dominic, and especially being on NXT. Honestly, Dominic should have been here in NXT when he really kind of first debuted. I get why they put him immediately on the main roster due to his dad being Rey Mysterio, but Dominic literally bypassed NXT. He should have been here at least for like a year or two before moving up to the main roster. But due to his dad, that's why he's on the main roster already and had been on the main roster. Dominic's not bad and he's gotten better. I'll say that, but he really should have started out here first before anything because it kind of amazed me that he just bypassed NXT like that. Cora Jade was in the parking lot with the NXT Women's title. Was gonna get in the car and like a spray can, but she was, got into Mandy Rose's car, and Mandy was in the passenger seat saying, comfortable Cora, almost like Undertaker. It'd say, "Buckle up, Teddy. Buckle up, Stephanie." And then she beat up Cora Jade in like NWO style, put like a spray can, spraying her on the back. The Creed brothers were in the ring, talking about who attacked them, and they're gonna find out who. MSK came out in NWO shirts, I guess it's a tribute to Scott Hall, saying, "Hey, yo," saying we want, a title shot and everything. So again, they didn't get it last week, and they deserve one. Which, at first I'm like, wait, they don't have a rematch clause. They've been lost the belts. They lost the Dusty Classic. So why are they even really involved in this whole thing? Okay, even the fans weren't, going with MSK unless that, is his bitch ass dad controlling the fans to do that again. But Imperium standing up there and basically said we will get, I guess, a title shot, stand, deliver. Triple threat tag title match. I don't really think it should be, but MSK, it's like they're just being thrown in here to be thrown in here, okay? So what does that really tell you right now about this? But yeah, we gotta get everybody on the card for NXT, basically. So I guess that's why they're doing this match. But yeah, we'll see what happens with that. But didn't really need to see it to a triple threat tag title match. I guess Malcolm Bivens was still questioning who attacked him. Idris Enofe and Malik Blade still talking about Mandy Rose. The Grizzly Young Vets said they didn't do it, which everybody started to yell. Then I guess there'll be a match next week. And in the main event, we had Ziggler versus LA Knight for the NXT title, which didn't have a lot of time left, if you ask me. But a good match, though, regardless. Of course, Ziggler still ended up hitting the win with a super kick and stuff over LA Knight, but a very enjoyable match. Braun Breaker came out saying, "Come on, champ, rematch. Stand and deliver." He ended up knocking out Roode and stuff, and Ziggler, agreed to the challenge. So obviously this match was going to be a rematch at Stand and Deliver anyways. I'm sure Breaker will get the title back from there, but come on, we all knew this was going to happen. This was the obvious thing that was going to happen. Come on, Breaker wasn't even pinned for the title, so we all knew this match was coming. Stand and Deliver. Overall, NXT now continues to come more main roster people showing up on NXT for some odd reason. I don't know if that'll help it or not, even though that never really felt like before, because the Black and Gold brand was already presented as a third brand at the time and stuff. But then again, this is now developmental at this point, if you ask me. So yeah, that's NXT for you. But other than that, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at HoodenKnight890. I'm out of here. I will see you guys then. Peace out. Yeah, you already know how this goes. So other than that, I'm out. Done.